You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
All medical advice during our broadcast is not a medical opinion and should be checked with your medical physician.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Pace Radio Show. We're live here, paceradio.net. What are you? Oh, Tamara's busy talking to someone. Oh, I can see if she's got the finger pointing going.
All of a sudden, he starts barking, and I don't know what he's barking at.
Oh, the dog.
Yeah, but there's probably deer in the yard. There's always deer.
Yeah. Well, I know. Just before I came into this to get ready for the show, like 20 minutes ago. I could hear like a baby crying out in the darkness. And there's nobody around, right? That tells me there's something wild walking around out there.
I wonder what that would be.
Where there's coyotes.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Sounding a baby cry, or cat.
Okay, because a coyote will fucking yip, like they go yip yip yip. Like,
oh yeah. I knew that. I knew they do that, and I believe. I always thought that was after they made a kill.
No, they do it all the time.
Whole herd.
Yeah, and you get. I don't know. Do you have them out your way? I would imagine you do. Right?
Coyotes? Oh yeah. We got them out here.
I would have them.
I've actually, I've walked up along the trail, and probably been about, I don't know, 25 feet away from one. They was laying in the long grass.
Oh yeah. Yep.
He said, "How you doing, buddy?"
Yep. I had to watch the little dogs when we lived on the farm, because little dogs, they just We had coy dogs too, though. They're a breed of domestic and coyote mix.
Mix of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was.
They look like border collies, and then you go out and you think it's a border collie, and it's not.
It's not. No. Yeah. Exactly. I just heard it, and so I came in right away, checked, made sure our cats were inside, and
right.
The dog was in. So all good. It's all good. So how's your last week been?
I don't know. A little bit kind of like weird, I guess.
Yeah.
And like the substitution program went pretty well. We were busy.
Yeah, last Saturday, everything was good.
They cleaned us out completely. Like,
really, eh?
Like, I wasn't expecting that, but I know the city had told them that they could go out there. They were going to build showers and whatever, right? So they won't be moved. Finding out there's like 5 other places that they all like go back and forth in between, right?
Okay.
There's like 5 separate camps, and they'll stay like all over the place, and one will get kicked out of one and get moved over to another. Like, and it's not the city; it's their own hierarchy or whatever, right? And I said, I'm not going to all of them. I cannot do that. I'm going to one spot and one spot only. I cannot
travel to all them all. Yeah.
Well, no, the thing of it is, like, as it was, we put out I put together 50 bags last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I took out 10 extra, like I didn't put them in bags. Like I weighed out 10 or 60 bags of the flour.
Yeah.
And I had 60 bags of candy with 2 each in them, right?
Mm.
And then we had sandwiches, and my partner had made cake pops that were infused. And we had 60 bags of them, because we made 60 of everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we came home with nothing. I didn't take any RS out there. I only took enough for like the 2 cancer patients out there, right?
Right.
Because I had already got a call during the week. Somebody had stolen some, and they're fighting over it. And the one guy, so there's one guy out there though that he's asking for more all the time, and taking more than he should, and I don't know how to deal with that.
Yeah, you basically you hand him something, a bag, and he wants another bag.
Yeah, And the thing of it is too, like we leave the box of chips sitting out, and he took all the chips. So I don't know how to deal with that because I mean I'm trying not to be like, like I'm not the police, but it's our
Well,
stuff.
you learn from that, and don't leave the box of chips out.
Well, that too. And again, I'm just gonna have to tell him sorry. We're working on donations, and we just don't have any extra to give you. And that's how I'm gonna have to deal with it, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, yeah.
Apparently, we were told by the ladies after that he doesn't even use it, that he's selling it. And I went, okay, well, that's a big fat no. That's
Yeah.
why I only give you a little bit because there's no reason for it being diverted. Like, what are you going to make off that as it is?
Correct.
Anyways, like I said, I don't have any. Like, I had no expectations. I knew something like that was likely going to happen.
Yeah. I hear the dog at the door.
Uh,
Okay, I'm just letting Gail know.
oh, Gail's home tonight. Hi, Gail.
Gail's been homesick for the last week.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
Yeah, she went to the hospital today.
Is she feeling better or no? Is it?
No, they gave her something.
Is it bad flu?
She's like, it's no, not really. Like it's really odd. It's not like a flu or a cold. Like she's not all phlegmy and runny nosy or anything like that. But nasty cough.
You know what? A pneumonia. Like
No temperature.
Yeah, like I've had a couple friends that thought they just had a bit of a cold too, like the same thing. They went to the hospital and found out they had pneumonia.
Well, they checked for that, and she's clear. So,
oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. Because the cough that she has, that's it sounded like her chest was full, right?
Right. Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah.
So we've had some kind of horrific news this week too.
Yes, you have.
Well, twice too. Like I got a double whammy because our premier also passed away.
Oh, your premier out there.
Former premier, right? And I mean, I'm not going to say I was a huge, like fangirl of John Horgan, but he was a decent guy, right? And he worked hard for our province.
I didn't know him, so
yeah, no, he was a decent premier, honestly. NDP, right? And I'm not, where my values lie, which is not. I'm not saying I'm not NDP. I'm just not quite that left leaning. You know what I mean?
Correct.
I'm not saying that all their policies are bad. I'm not saying that.
No,
but
they got some stuff.
Right, and I mean they've kind of held the Liberals to.
I've looked at all parties over the years at certain times.
Yeah.
During elections, and you can see the listings in the like in the local newspapers. They used to cover them, each party, and they list the stuff, and I could go through and check off at that time, stuff that
is important to you, right?
Yeah, from each party.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they don't have some conservative views either when it comes to economy. Certain, things, but I also lean more to climate being than, pumping our resources out so hard that we don't have anything left for our children. Like, I don't know. Anyway,
now back to the CSP.
No, we were going to talk about something else.
Right. We've jumped topics here.
Well, CSP, like I said, it's just like it is to the situation right now. Is like I've got lots of flour because I was some very generous donations from who, and that end of things is good. But I need to get some gummies or something.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned about the way you approach that person. What I had a question on that I was going to get to. That's why I came back to. Now with the other CSPs, my understanding is they only, from what I've seen, they only go to one spot. I don't know about them traveling to different locations.
Nope, they don't. I think Rosie sets up at the same place. Jan goes down and kind of hands out food and stuff too, where Rosie doesn't really do that. She does, but to a point, I think. I'm not really, like I said, we're all separate doing our own kind of thing.
Yeah, you're all independent. It's just
not, but it's not like we don't like talk to each other or like we're friends. We know each other. Like if I have questions, I will go to Rosie or Dan for sure. Like right off the hop, or Chris Backer, who's running out of Halifax. Like I sat down and actually called Chris the day I decided to do it, and And I asked him, can I call you? Because I'd like to talk to him about what he was doing out there and how to approach it. So Chris Becker gave me a lot of advice on how to deal with things, and was a great source of information for me. Rosie was great because she sent me out to get me started. She sent me out some gummies and some flour to make some butter, and because she does, I think, more edibles. I'm not sure, and she gives out flour. I think she gives out flour and edible, right?
Yeah.
But she also has a program going where she supplies patients with a package. I think it's per week, and charges them for it, right? And I don't want to do that. I don't want to charge anybody anything. I am not trafficking in any way. This is gifting and gifting only. I've already had my road with all that shit, and I am not willing to.
Yeah, well, I know. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you've been charged in the past.
I'm not willing.
You hold one of those nasty. You're a nasty person.
Like,
you're a threat to society. You have a criminal record for
well, that's
cannabis.
the thing, though. Like, if I get in trouble again, like it could be really bad. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Not my first rodeo, and they might not be so kind. I don't want. I'm not taking money for nobody. No, that's not what this is about, right? You want to donate because I've had a couple people that help at the store, and they want to pay me, and I'm like, no, keep your money, no. There's a cup over there if you want to put your change in there. I'll take it in the cup for the donations for the CSP, but I do not want.
Correct. Yeah.
Because I had a couple guys that are alcoholics that I come and I'll take some candy to work, and I tell them, if you're in the store, I'm there, see if I got some. And I'll give it to them, right? Nobody cares. Like, I'm there by myself. My boss don't give a shit, right? Like, it's nothing.
Right.
And yeah, but nobody, like, no.
Yeah. Just have your jar there to collect.
And it's not usually sitting out. Like, I have the long rescue for the dogs sitting out all the time, and forget that the cup's even there. And I put the money in the dog rescue, right? I mean, I could be taking.
You got more than one jar. You got to put some stuff in a little
right.
bit.
And like I said, it's also
the person who's donating it or wants to give you the tip or whatever, and you're saying no, put it in the jar.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Then decide which jar it goes in, right?
Well, I did that the one night, and a lot of people decided they wanted to go in the dog rescue, so I just didn't even bother putting my cup out, because there's kids and stuff too that come in the store sometimes. So yeah, if it's the right person, I will say something. But again, I gotta be mindful because there's kids in the store, and I mean, even though kids, and like I said, our kids out here are just doing fentanyl because apparently they're producing it about 50 kilometers.
Oh yeah, that was all in the news. Yeah,
it finally came out in the news. I posted about it like a week and a half ago on TikTok. Made a TikTok about it, saying, "You guys are worried about the immigrants coming in, bringing in the drugs when they're making it in our backyard and exporting it."
Right? Yeah, because they listed it as the biggest lab going on. So.
Oh, there was a huge thing on CBC last night all about it, and they were exporting it. Yeah, they caught a huge amount going out of the country. They also caught at a second location in Surrey, guns, money, all kinds of stuff. So there's 2 locations, and they're being pretty damn close-lipped. Because
sometimes one leads to another that leads to another, right? They'll be closed-lipped until they feel that they've got everybody.
No, like, here's the thing, though. The equipment they had in that was sophisticated. The police kept saying it was fairly sophisticated, but they had scientists on there saying, like, this is stuff that they can't even get. We've got 2 scientists in Canada that have like the knowledge on how to make those illicit drugs.
And they can't even get that equipment.
They can't even get that equipment themselves. That one piece of R&D equipment that they had there, they didn't even know what it was.
Oh, wow.
They'd never seen anything like that in a lab, ever. And those green jugs that they were showing, those are like double pane fucking, like, specifically made for making illicit drugs. Not for pharmaceutical, specifically made for making illicit drugs.
So yeah, I guess they got to stop them getting in the country.
And that lab was worth, like, the equipment, hundreds of thousands of dollars for one piece. So when they said it was a sophisticated drug lab, they weren't fucking kidding.
Well, if you got the money to
spend, you gotta, like, who's got, right?
Yeah.
And if they got that kind of, that's fucking scary. Because what else do they have access to? and they're here.
Mm.
Like they're in this province, and they're like not that far away.
No, that's right. That's right. Now back to I'm going back to another topic we were discussing, and you said about it being a bad week, a sad week.
Yeah.
You mentioned your premier. I believe you're probably you're referring to Kevin.
I was that too, because that was kind of a slap in the face the other day.
Like I haven't spoken to him in a long time, like quite a while.
Last time I talked to him wasn't on the greatest basis to begin with. He kind of it was more stupidity like COVID, right? Because everybody kind of went nutty at COVID. And yeah, and yeah, when I seen Amy post, it was like, what? And
Wow,
then
yeah,
and
exactly.
there's another name that you probably haven't heard for a while, Paul Faulkner.
Yeah, I haven't heard that name either for a while.
Right?
But
Well, Paul's
yeah, when I saw that, I was surprised, like, because like I knew Kevin back in my early days in the advocacy. That was even before the PACE end of things. I was involved with another group called MAW, which was Medicinal Awareness. And Kevin at that time was with Normal, I believe. Was when I met him, and doing different cannabis advocacy and stuff.
Yeah, him and Pipes and Chris Marshall and all those guys, Rick Marshall, sorry, and Clayton and Shane, guys, met them all in Ottawa, right? And in Toronto at TY, we all met up again. So it's not like, I mean, you're not.
And like the names you mentioned there, you mentioned a couple of names there. They've left us as well.
Yeah. I mean, life happens, right? But anyways, rest in peace, brother, because Jesus Christ, life gets hard.
Yeah.
So if you're having mental health issues or thinking of suicide, there are 1-800 hotline numbers, so please reach out to somebody.
Correct.
Because I don't want this to ever have to happen to anybody else.
Oh, I know.
Like, seriously. But yeah, so there's mental health hotlines and the 1-800 suicide numbers as well.
Yep.
So
if you need them, grab them. I don't have them in front of me in order to put them on.
I don't have them in front of me. I'll get them on the break and we'll put them up. But yeah, that's
No,
and it is men's. It's November, so we should take a moment to men's mental health month. And right now with everything that's going on in the States, I know people down there are terrified, but men aren't.
No, they're not. No.
But again,
I've never done the November thing.
But it is for men's mental health and and it is actually for men's prostate cancer.
I've never gone a month without shaving.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Me either.
Well, ladies shave their legs. You
know what? And some of us have to pluck our lips and do things.
Yeah. Correct.
Don't facial hair. We do. I mean, genetically not the same, but so sometimes. Yeah. Anyway, but again, yes, mental health is a big thing, and for everybody, like not just we're all human, right? And that's the thing. I think the breakdowns on who, what, where, when, and why. I just can't wrap my head around it. But again, I'm just like
we all have red blood floating through our veins.
Like I said, I'm the anomaly, right? I'm the one that has I'm married to an Indigenous man. I got a gay cousin that's married to another man. I got family from Ghana, Africa. You know what I mean? I got a daughter that's a drug addict. Like, and I've had an abortion. So you know what I mean? Right? So here I'm all those things all wrapped into one thing. One human has had all those things, right? I'm not saying, but I'm kind of an anomaly because most people don't have that attachment to almost every human right out there.
No, not everybody does. So the talking about well, here we go. There it is. Woman. I see that there's a report that says that the health and wellness benefits of cannabis are a primary draw for women when it comes to going to cannabis.
A lot of
it's not about getting high. It's more about the health and wellness end of things.
Because we look at more natural things because most of us don't want to be taking pills. Like we've heard so many bad stories about people and addiction because of pharmaceuticals, or his mom was a pill popper. Like when we
Mhm.
were growing up as Gen Xers, right? Like, oh, his mom was a pill
Yeah.
popper, whatever, right? So I wouldn't even take vitamins. I don't even like taking a vitamin. So taking pills, if you got it, it's just not a thing you want to do. So a lot of my generation, probably, we look to the more natural
More
things.
natural. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I know that, I was looking at that when I got my Crohn's disease. I was looking for something that wasn't, I wanted to learn more about the cannabis end. But
Well,
yeah,
more
this says here they say that uh they listed out what the why, okay? And it turns out why they use cannabis. And the top 6 reasons were all medical reasons: to improve sleep quality, manage pain and discomfort, to promote relaxation, replace prescriptions and over the counter medications, improve focus, and manage depression and anxiety.
Yep, and I do it just so I don't kill people.
That's good.
I'm not kidding. That's not a joke, no.
No.
But that's, all those things, you tick the boxes off,
Mhm.
and it works great for some things for some people, and again, it
Yeah,
doesn't work for everybody, and I
correct. It doesn't.
have this
Nope.
expectation, but it also isn't a psychedelic, and you're not gonna see different colors, and the sky's not gonna light up.
No, no, yeah, yeah. No,
So
I've
it's
never
a
seen colors.
disappointment. That's what I've heard from people. "Oh, I smoked it once. Nothing happened. I don't There's nothing gonna happen." And I'm like, "What were you expecting to happen?" They were expecting mushrooms.
Oh, well, yeah, you're not gonna get the mushrooms effect off the cannabis. I don't look at it as I don't look at it as no psychedelic trip
You do, but
or
I'm
anything
looking
like
up
that. It just, you know,
euphoric psychedelic, and that's the description of cannabis. If you Google it, it's a euphoric psychedelic high, heady high. So they're all expecting to see, the guy's head moving around on the '70s show.
ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It
No, I
doesn't
haven't
happen.
seen
I'm sorry for you.
that.
But that's
Yeah.
what so a lot of people that try cannabis don't feel that they're experiencing the experience that they expectations were, and put it aside and never use it again because they
Yeah.
didn't get anything out of it. And I think that's where a lot of misconception has come from, because people have expectations of cannabis
Yeah.
being euphoric and heady high, that they're gonna actually like see sparkly clouds and unicorns. I don't know what the fuck you
Yeah,
expect.
yeah. I haven't seen any of them.
Right. And
They
again, it's
say
not like
here that,
either.
the as far as I got a chart here of the women's reason why they use cannabis. A percentage of them say they use it for improved exercise, athletic performance, or training, which which is the complete opposite of that stoner couch locked.
No, I don't wanna go jump on a treadmill after I'm done smoking a joint.
Oh, don't you? Oh, I walk. I walk
I want a fucking nap.
here on the property, or when I'm when we lived in town, walking the dog, walked all the time. And then, like, see this? I got a white patch on my arm.
Yes, I
I
do.
Today I had to go in for testing.
Uh-oh. Is that a TB test?
No, no, I had to go in for a stress test,
A stress test? For,
a
like, on your heart? Yeah.
heart stress test.
Oh, so that's where the intravenous was in there, they had the EKG and all that kinda fun stuff.
Yeah, they had me all wired up and hooked on. They did pictures of my heart and stuff like that, eh?
Wow.
And then they put me on a treadmill with everything all hooked up.
Yep.
Right? I get up there and start doing
Is
my
this just
walking,
a
and
routine kinda thing, or did they find something unusual?
um I'm not 100% sure. Um I believe it was more what got it started. I think there was concern of cholesterol because
Oh, that's
I got a nurse practitioner, and when I started, I went in to see her about stuff because I hadn't seen a doctor in a while, so she wanted to you do the meet and greet with the doctor, and you go over things. So, like I told her that I've been using cannabis medicinally for 20 years, and she went, "What?" So, um, she wanted me to go to a cancer clinic to be checked for cancer. So
What?
the cancer clinic called me to arrange the appointment. And when she had to ask me some questions, the person on the other end, and one of the first questions is, "How long have you been smoking for?" And I said, "Oh, I've been smoking cannabis for over 20 years." And she said, "Cannabis?" And I said, "Yeah." And she says, "Oh, I'm sorry. This is only for tobacco smokers. You better we'll just let your doctor know and go from there." So I went for a lung X-ray to check my lungs clean. So the next thing I heard about this and the possibility of cholesterol problem. And so, like I have I have a limited diet, right? So we were
Yeah,
going
this
around,
nurse practitioner doesn't sound like she knows what she's talking about.
we were checking the cholesterol stuff, and I found it out. Now the clinic did ask me if I get any pain in my chest, and I do get some odd pains in my chest. So I went and did the stress test.
Like, I mean, if she's got you there, I mean, you're there, get tested. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
correct,
like the
exactly.
story, right? Like, you
Yeah,
just never know. But because again, my uncle was making breakfast and just dropped in the kitchen.
correct. Yeah,
So
yeah,
again, like I said, you can never be safe in the story. So do get the down test. That's good. But it just sounds like she's being a little bit over like cannabis smoke. Like I've had like I smoked for
I was,
I
yeah, it
smoked
was,
cigarettes for 30 years, okay? Like,
yeah,
maybe a little longer. My doctor X-rayed my lungs, and my lungs were clear too. And she
yeah,
figured it's because I smoked cannabis. She's
yeah.
figuring that the coughing that we do after smoking cannabis that attaches to our like to the smoke and the tar in our lungs, and it goes. And she thinks that it could be the cannabis that does that
That releases it because of the coughing.
because of the coughing. Because we're always like,
Yeah, I think
yeah,
I've
I
read
don't cough
something
that
about
much.
it.
Right? But you put that in the lung, or maybe the cannabinoids are actually like, who knows? But yeah, my lungs were clear too.
Yeah, yeah, mine were good, and
And you still smoke no matter what. It's carcinogenic. So anything going into your lungs is only supposed to have
correct. And
into the next,
it's
right?
burning plant material.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like tobacco. It's not, got formaldehyde and all that other stuff added to it like that does.
correct. Strychnine, yeah,
Formaldehyde, chlorophyll,
yeah, fluoride.
yeah, so many
Yeah.
bad. And I mean,
Now on this woman's study, it says price is the most popular reason that would persuade women to buy one cannabis product over another. Yeah, okay. It says price. Ingredients, premium ingredients. I know myself when it talks about ingredients, that's what I do. If I go into the local store to grab a vape pen or something or whatever, um, that's the first thing I do is I look at the ingredients. I want to know what's in there. And when it says added flavor agents,
I don't want that.
yeah, no thank you. Push it off to the side and
No,
carry on.
I want to taste the weed and anything that looks like it. The thing is, I can't see the vapes at the local store. They're all in packaging, right? So you don't
Well,
know
they
whether.
are.
Yeah, well, I want something that's clearer. I don't want a distillant. I want a clear honey oil. I want clear honey oil, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's what. You think you can find it? No,
Well,
I
I'm
want
sitting
clear
here
honey
looking.
oil.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, pure honey oil. You're not gonna get pure honey oil from the store.
Why? Why
Not
not?
like not as far as like in a vape
They
cartridge.
can't use.
Not that I know of.
They can't. They
I
can't.
know there's live rosins and distillates and stuff out there, but honey oil. Hey, we'll just look it up. We got a minute before we go to break.
I used to get honey oil and glass baby bottle jars this big when back in the 80s.
Oh, the baby bottle jar is full. Yeah, I know, eh?
I mean, the big 8-ounce baby bottle jar as well, and it was clear gold, pure fucking honey oil. Gold. You
Yeah.
could see through shit. And you can't get that anymore.
All right.
Oh, I haven't seen it forever.
Yeah,
And I
there we go.
not
Honey
looking
oil
for
extract. Cannabis NL.
what's Canada. That's Newfoundland.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I gotta get it from Newfoundland.
Well, this is the one that came up on the search right at the top. I didn't go. Yeah, let's go and see. I goes today. I'm born on the 5th day of April 19. What year should I be? Let's see.
96.
19. I clicked on 72 by mistake. It just clicked it.
You're the same age as my brother.
Am I?
Yeah, he was born 72.
Well, that's the thing. Like these age gates, a 5-year-old can get through them.
Yeah, right. You just have to hear that somebody was older than you born.
Yeah. I'm looking at here, $35, and I'm just trying. Oh, it's a gram. So there you go, $35 a gram for honey oil.
Not cheaper than it was back then.
Cheaper than what than the old days, eh? Well, no, we used to. Well, oil. I can't remember. Well, for oil, the green oil was like $50 a jar.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what honey oil was.
I'm talking like the grams. You know those little like perfume
5 grams.
bottles? Like the little perfume bottles. No, I'm talking like the little 1 gram perfume bottles. Yeah.
Oh, there was those little grammer jars, and then there was the 5 grammers. So.
Yep.
All right, time for us to take our break. When we get back, we'll continue our conversation. We got some stuff coming up here on tariffs on cannabis. That's right. Exactly.
Jesus.
All right. Other than that, watch the Pace Radio Show. We'll see you in a couple of minutes, in about 3 minutes and 40 seconds. All right. We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net. Limestone City Hydroponics is Kingston, Ontario's hydroponics shop. Take your growing to the next level and create the optimal environment with a tent kit, or maximize your yield with an ebb and flow flood table kit. Either way, Limestone City Hydroponics has more sizes and options to fit your needs. Are you looking for the power of the sun that adapts to your budget? Then look no further, as they have professional grow lighting. They have indoor grow systems that are easy and cost effective, with many options to fit your living space and lifestyle. Cultivate your growing potential. We have everything you need to succeed. And if you can't make it to the store, they offer local delivery to the greater Kingston area. Remember, when you're looking for experts to help you grow, then look no further than the locally owned Limestone City Hydroponics, 105 Sunderland Drive in Kingston, Ontario. Call them at 613-548-0420. Are you looking for non-stop, continuous cannabis and psychedelic programming? If you are, then turn your browsers to 420radio.ca or paceradio.net, where you will find the 420 Pace re-rolled Saturday. Everything gets started at 8 a.m. Eastern Saturday morning.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
Are you looking to get your medical cannabis grow license? Limestone City Hydroponics can help patients through the process of obtaining their license to grow medical cannabis. What's that? You don't have a doctor? If you meet the medical criteria, Limestone City Hydroponics has a nurse practitioner who can assess and provide medical cannabis prescriptions. What are you waiting for? Contact Limestone City Hydroponics at limestonecityhydroponics.ca or call them at 613-548-0420.
Pace Radio is the people advocating cannabis education radio network.
Legacy 420 have an awesome array of cannabis-infused beverages, from pop to Nature's Nectar's teas, all in amazing flavors. What a selection! We even have a delicious mango-infused juice, and let me tell you, it's delicious.
Everything is infused in-house, so we buy our syrup from the same place where everybody else buys their syrup for their pop, and in the infusion is done in the lab. It's all canned here, labeled here, produced 100% on Tyndonega.
We have 2 lines of drinks. One's called our Nature's Nectar. That was our original line that we came out with. And then we also have a line under the Red E brand. We have them in 10 milligrams, 30 milligram, and 60 milligram cans.
What a great selection for a get-together with friends or after a long day. Remember, if you want to wet your whistle with on-site lab-tested products, come see your trusted partner. Legacy 420 out on your road.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net. And you're watching the Pace Radio Show. We're back. We're live. Quick little comment there. You saw the Legacy 420 beverages, the pops and stuff. Looking at the calendar, I wouldn't doubt if the infused eggnog would be coming out soon. If you like eggnog. I don't know if you like eggnog or not, but
I love eggnog.
yeah.
But how well is that gonna ship in the cold? Like, I hope it.
Oh, I don't know.
Right?
I haven't got a clue.
I wouldn't probably order anything liquid right now. The only thing that would stand up right now really good in the mail is chocolate.
Well, they have chocolate milk. Just so you know, they have infused chocolate milk.
Chocolate. I'm not infused on chocolate for that coffee pot.
During the break, I was looking. I was looking at some more stuff on that woman's survey, and they said that flour is the most common thing. 80% of them said they smoked flour. Edibles at 74%. Vaping and dabbing at 59%. Ingestible extracts at 37%. Topicals at 36%. Beverages at 28%. And 15% of the women who consume cannabis said they consume homegrown stuff.
A lot of the girls like to do that, right? Because they grow house plants.
It's a house plant, sure.
I haven't. I was gonna pop some seeds. I just seem to have not enough time in the day ever to do the things I need to do. I need to do that 28-hour day, maybe. Maybe I just don't.
I know 24 hours isn't sometimes enough time in a day.
No, I just not sleep.
All right,
I didn't have
don't
to
see
sleep.
any more. I didn't see any more in that survey that I wanted to talk about. Now, I mentioned before the break, as we're going to break, tariffs. Tariffs on cannabis. Whoever thought you'd ever see tariffs on cannabis? Never mind being able to even think about putting a tariff on tariffs on cannabis.
Well, how would they tariff it if they don't export it? But apparently,
that's the thing. Like, there are some countries that move it around a bit because of the medical end, and Israel has proposed a 175% tariff on Canadian cannabis.
That's what. Are we buying their cannabis, or are they buying our cannabis?
They're buying ours.
Well, then I guess they're going to pay 175% on our weed.
It has proposed levies up to 175% on Canadian cannabis products. These are products being sold, medicinal products being sold in their medicinal cannabis program.
That's hilarious.
So that tariff is going to be put on the patients because they're the one who pays for it. Tariffs aren't paid by the company or a country. Tariffs are paid by the consumer, right?
But again, that's going to kind of, because I know that there's one company for sure that's exporting because they didn't want to pay the Canadian tariffs, because tariffs have been put on already by other company, and now the other countries are putting tariffs on because Canadians put tariffs on it going out, right? It's the way it kind of works with any shipping. whether it's trucking, whether
Oh,
we have tariffs on everything. What a tariff is actually just the size of the unit divided by it's a formula for shipping.
I call it a tax. It's money that's got to be paid out.
It's the same type of thing, but it's not a tax. Yeah, it's a shipping. Yeah, we used to put it
It's
on
a
all our
fee. It's money. They were talking about anywhere from 63 to 370%. And the reason they're doing this is because I don't know if you remember, but earlier this year there was accusations from Israel that the Canadian companies were dumping their cannabis in their market. So
cannabis in the market. Theirs or ours?
our cannabis was going into their market.
That's because they're importing it.
What's that?
They're actively importing it, though.
Correct. Yeah, they're importing it, and so obviously they must. I'm trying to get through all the article here, but they said that they talked about doing floating levies depending on the company.
How about Canadian? How about this? How about we don't give Israel fucking anything? I'd be really happy with that.
Let's see. What else is on here? Yeah, they imported 78,000 kilograms. So, well, 62,000 of that came from Canada. So
Why is
I don't know.
everybody
They must not grow their own.
I don't understand how everybody is so beholden to Israel. Why is Israel holding everybody short and curlies? Us, US, everybody in Europe. Like, what do they got on everybody?
Well, they do more cannabis research than anybody.
I would say that's a bit now because I think the US is doing just as much.
No, well, not yet. It's still Schedule 1. It's not a Schedule 3 yet. So.
Well, it probably won't be now.
Well, Trump, President-elect Trump, he was in favor for the rescheduling, is what he said before during the campaign, and then today he has his nominee for attorney general apparently is cannabis friendly as well. I'm not going to say too much more about his attorney general nominee.
Who is it?
That was the good thing. What's that?
Who is it? I mean,
Matt Gaetz.
You're fucking kidding me.
No, I'm not.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, we're fucked.
Apparently, he's pro
crazies
cannabis.
are running the asylum. You see, the crazies are running the asylum, right?
Yeah. So that's
I thought I just
you missed that in the news, eh?
Well, I thought I seen him in the on the TV in the background. I thought, what the fuck is that laser doing there? Now it makes sense. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the charges with him being whatever happened to them?
Well, they're all going to be all that's going to be gone because he's going to be the AG.
That's right. A felon can run the Americans president. So I guess I can, maybe I can go there now. Maybe him and I could be buddies.
No, you're a threat to the country.
What's that?
You're a threat to the country because you have a cannabis conviction.
Oh, not anymore. We got a rapist and a felon in the White House.
I know, but you're more dangerous.
No.
Cannabis.
We're just gonna go.
You're not allowed. You're not allowed in their country.
I think that might change because if a felon's a felon's a felon, right?
Well,
if they let a rapist in, anyways, cannabis will calm me down and make it so I don't want to kill people.
Yeah, you did mention that earlier in the show, didn't you?
Oh man, I just can't even like I said, there might not be enough weed in the world.
There might not be. There's lots there. They destroy it because they can't sell it all.
That should be going to cannabis substitution programs. That
Yeah.
should be going to people.
There's no expiry date on it. We see
Right.
that on every label they give us. Every package,
Why
there's no expiry
when
date
it's
for
not really
return.
bad, but they overgrow it, so then they gotta destroy it. Give it away to people that need it. How about
Yeah, I think they should be able to give it away.
how about
You know what?
low-income people that use it for medicine? How about that? Never mind.
Yeah. Like, why not make it so it's affordable medicine for patients that, that are on
Well, to be fair, it's pretty affordable now. Like, you can buy ounces for so cheap, you can't really even say it's not affordable. It's pretty much
I see a store in the city to the west of me. They advertise ounces at $100 in the store, but I
$39.99. $1
huh?
$39.99 on the res.
Yeah, well, I was getting to that point. I just hadn't gotten there yet. I know of a store where I've seen it 3 ounces for $100.
Yeah.
And
So
the fourth ounce is free. So basically you're getting a quarter pound for $100.
yeah. So that's what I mean. Like, they can't say that they really haven't made it affordable. Why they're having to get it out the back door? Because they're not able to sell the amount that they're growing, because we've got people that are actually selling it for what it's worth. Like tomatoes, like $1 a pound, right?
Right. I don't know. Yeah.
We complain we pay $2.50 for one tomato, right? Because that's what a tomato is now worth in my store. $2.50 for one tomato.
Really?
Not kidding you. It's not that
Wow.
much. Like Safeway, you're probably paying, but you're still paying like $10 for a pound of grapes, right? Like, let's face it, nothing is, and cannabis is cheaper than it's ever been. Ever.
Well, yeah, they've been talking about that in the market end of things, that and obviously in the legacy end too. It's all the prices have been driven down.
Well, I guess everybody should have gotten into crypto, because apparently it's going through the roof right now that Trumpy's, but the
Yeah,
cannabis
that's what I've seen. I see that float by on someone's posted or something on my news feed. I don't have anything to do
I
with
just laughed at him. I said, you better pull it, because by the end of the week it'll be gone.
it. Yeah, I don't really pay much
I don't have
attention
any
to it.
idea how that stuff works. I have no idea.
I prefer mine to be in paper mode. People always said cash. I don't want to work. I don't want to pay digitally. What's a Bitcoin? Isn't a Bitcoin digital money?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's not stable, and it can disappear quicker than.
Yeah, no, I'm a cash kind of guy. I like to be able to have it in my hand.
I use my bank. I like be able to transfer things and e-transfer stuff. I like to do things. I like putting my stuff on credit cards, because then I get extra points, and it builds my credit.
Well, yeah.
So
I was talking to people about that earlier, about points, and
the
how
points.
I know of a guy that used to go in, like, for my treatments. I know of a guy that would pay for his treatment with his Visa card. Right? Then he would get his money back from work. That's all legit, right? That's how a lot of places work.
Yeah.
You buy it first, and you get your money. You get your money back.
Right? Your receipt in.
But at that time, pharmacies used to give you air miles.
Oh yeah. So he's getting air
So
miles.
like he's spending $3,500 for his medication, getting air miles, right? So hey, where am I going to go next month?
Right?
Yeah.
Smart guy.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore.
No. But
No.
like I said, it's the same as, like, I use my credit card at work, because it says for groceries I get money, like, added percentage back, right?
Correct. Yeah.
For passing groceries. So I put all my, and I work at a grocery store, so it doesn't matter what I'm buying at the grocery store. It says Woodland Grocery, so I'm getting all that back too, right?
Right,
So
yeah.
and then again, I'm trying to keep my credit built up, and
Oh yeah, that's the
this
key.
big conspiracy theory about digital cash, but the only reason why Starbucks in East Vancouver doesn't take cash is because they don't want to get robbed. You can't rob a place if it doesn't have cash,
Correct.
right? And when you've got a bunch of shit going on, and some of those places with high crime rates, that's why they don't take cash.
It's downtown.
Yeah, because they don't want to get robbed. I don't blame them. That gives them no excuse to go in there trying to get money for drugs. If you're on East Van, you don't want to have cash in your till. I wouldn't even work at a place like that with cash in the till. No freaking way. No. That's just a green light for somebody to come in and rip you off. Especially in a place like where there's high addiction and crime rates.
Last week, I'm not sure whether we talked about this or not. you know how here in Ontario, I don't know if you know about this, anyways, but here in Ontario we had around in October, the OCS opened up a store, a fake cannabis store.
No.
So people would, they opened up a fake cannabis store. It was only for 4 days. Okay.
Why?
And people would go into what they wanted is for people to think it was a real cannabis store, and then they would go in and everything, you would see product, but the product had things on it like your ounce of cannabis. It would say danky. No, it wasn't even danky. What was the word? For edibles, for example, extra fuzzy peach fuzz rings, and they're talking about it being mold. And then the cannabis the flower had to do with bacteria in it. So it was and it was dried in your friend Petey's basement with no ventilation or something like this on it.
Whatever shit's up.
Yeah, and then they had pesty cider was a beverage.
And what was this? An awareness campaign?
It was awareness. It was awareness thing. Okay.
It just sounds like a ridiculous waste of money.
Well, that's what one of the writers that one of the fellows that went in there, John Hirsch. He writes here and there, and he went in there, and that's what he said. His response was,
so it's just wasted on that. Like I said, we keep asking, where's the money that the municipalities are getting? $11.5 million a year for the last 7 years. And they're having issues with housing. Why are they not building? Oh, that's right, because we need community safety units. Come on.
Okay.
Like, shut up.
There it is. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll down. I don't know, it could take me a while here.
And here's the thing: you can't even reach the federal government about anything that's going on in your province.
Here we go. The store was called Buzzkill. Buzzkill Cannabis.
Oh, I guess it was a buzzkill, wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Funky Fudge, Chance Chews.
Oh my fucking God.
Extra Fuzz Peach Rings.
Oh my fucking God.
Okay.
Like, what is wrong with them? Because what, they think that everybody's just selling moldy fucking product on the black market? Is that what their point is?
Yeah. Flaky flour. This is the description on the back. Let me blow it up here so I can read it. God. Aged in the dankest of conditions. Our friend Petey's basement. This strain is guaranteed to keep you coughing all night. How do we do it? Well, let's just say, unlike the legal market, we're pretty chill when it comes to testing for mold.
Yeah, and how about you eradicate everything so there's no tetrachlorides on it? Nobody gets high.
Basement grown. Okay, here's some more germ joints.
Who came up with this shit?
Unsanity pre-rolls.
Oh my fucking God! Shut up! They don't even sell pre-rolls on the black market, dude. E.
coli enriched effect.
You gotta be fucking kidding me! Oh my God!
Relaxed approach to testing. I sure hope so. And it says, did we test our cannabis for E. coli and salmonella before rolling it up? Our lips are sealed. Yours, by the other hand, are about to be wrapped around a pre-rolled pack with only the finest bacteria. Remember, puff, pass out from a lung infection.
Nobody died before legalization from...
I know. Where's all the bodies? That's what we used to always say.
Where's all the bodies?
Where's all the bodies?
All your testing and all your like little, BS. We weren't using pesticides either, fuckers, because we're putting that shit into our own bodies too. Like,
So
We
he
weren't
says that he
no
went.
holes in our houses either because we debunked that too in court.
Yeah. He says.
I'm not saying that I
So
could bring illegal anything, but Jesus, that just pisses me off, Al. Wow.
he
Who
says the
does
best part was.
Oh my God.
He says I don't know how useful this was. It was marketed to the industry and not to the public. Literally every person in the building was an industry member. Huge waste of time and money, zero impact from this activation.
That's a good. Every one of their. Okay, here's the thing too. You take their, you taking it in Ontario too. Like I've taken the, serve it right here, sell it right, whatever the hell.
Mm-hmm.
You don't declare the cannabis as any medicinal properties yet. When you take that program, they sure make a fine line about what's medical and what's not. And you're not allowed to do blah, 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 and make sure you don't have medical. But apparently there's no such thing as medical weed. But they sure
Yeah.
make sure put a line in the recreational and medical, right? So who thought up that program? Who's doing these things?
What do we got there? We got 4 minutes, so I won't bring it up. I'll wait until after. But this seems to after break. I got some more stuff here that might get you upset, but we'll get you to smoke more joints so you don't want to kill anybody.
I have this. Where's my vape? I think I got a vape too. So no, I'll find it.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it seems to be. I don't know whether there's a coordinated, because I've seen other places.
You know who else is getting the cannabis taxes? Mad Canada.
They're getting the what?
Non-profit group, Mad Canada. Who do you think is paying for all those stupid commercials? Mad Canada.
Yeah. They were also
getting our tax dollars. Who gave them the right to take some of our tax dollars?
Well, they were also part of the CanCell organizers here in Ontario for all of our
here too. So who gave that non-for-profit entity?
Mm.
But they won't give anybody else. Like they won't give Moms Stop the Harms and NPO and give them any acknowledgement, but that they're letting fearmongers because of a drunk driving accident.
Yeah, I know on the CanCell end of things, they've gone. I don't know whether Mom is still doing it or Matt is still doing it or not, because there was something that we reported on where there was a new company that is going to be doing the CanCell, or it's a second company.
Oh, there's all kinds of cultures out there trying to make money off addiction and cannabis. Trust me.
Oh yeah. No, but it seemed to be, from what I recall from reading the report on it. I believe it said that it was better than the Mad one. Now I did the CanCell, and I was glad to see it didn't have anything like cannabis, made people extend their necks or anything like that. Outrageous that I was seeing in some other advertising.
I don't even like the one with the floating joint. Yeah, dude. I don't care. The guy with the accident.
Are they still doing that? I don't watch.
No, dude, it's just ridiculous. Like, you already had a couple beers. If the guy's already had a couple beers and a joint, he shouldn't be walking to that car to begin with. Why is adding a joint to that? The guy's already had too much to drink to be driving, and then you add weed to it. He's definitely.
Maybe that's why he's seeing it. Maybe that's why he's seeing a talking joint, is because he's had too much alcohol.
And the joint saying, "Yeah, dude, let's go." Like,
let's get away from the alcohol. Let's go. Yeah.
No, like, it's just ridiculous.
No, it's not that way.
I drank, then he smoked weed. Now he's going to jump in his car and drive.
Yeah, I know.
I don't like it. I don't like the assumption of any of that, because in the first place, the guy's already had liquor. That inhibition shouldn't be driving anyway. Why take him to his car and then add a joint to it? That's just wrong.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, we got less than a minute to go before we go to break, so I'm just going to go to break. And then when we come back, like I said, there's more to that Ontario story with the buzzkill.
I better get 20 joints out. I better roll 20 joints during the commercial.
You better have 20 joints. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. There's one here that might really get you going. What's that?
So I should probably value for nights like this.
Yeah, maybe. All right. We're off. We're going to break. You're watching the Pace Radio Show. We're live here at paceradio.net. See you in about 3.5 minutes. You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net. Limestone City Hydroponics is Kingston, Ontario's hydroponics shop. Take your growing to the next level and create the optimal environment with a tent kit, or maximize your yield with an ebb and flow flood table kit. Either way, Limestone City Hydroponics has more sizes and options to fit your needs. Are you looking for the power of the sun that adapts to your budget? Then look no further, as they have professional grow lighting. They have indoor grow systems that are easy and cost effective, with many options to fit your living space and lifestyle. Cultivate your growing potential. We have everything you need to succeed. And if you can't make it to the store, they offer local delivery to the greater Kingston area. Remember, when you're looking for experts to help you grow, then look no further than the locally owned Limestone City Hydroponics, 105 Sunderland Drive in Kingston, Ontario. Call them at 613-548-0420.
Are you looking to get your medical cannabis grow license? Limestone City Hydroponics can help patients through the process of obtaining their license to grow medical cannabis. What's that? You don't have a doctor. If you meet the medical criteria, Limestone City Hydroponics has a nurse practitioner who can assess and provide medical cannabis prescriptions. What are you waiting for? Contact Limestone City Hydroponics at limestonecityhydroponics.ca or call them at 613-548-0420.
What do you find at paceradio.net? People advocating cannabis education.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
Are you looking for non-stop, continuous cannabis and psychedelic programming? If you are, then turn your browsers to 420radio.ca or paceradio.net, where you will find the 420 Pace re-rolled Saturday. Everything gets started at 8 a.m. Eastern Saturday morning.
Cannabis edibles are an effective way to manage pain and other ailments, especially when you deal with your trusted partner, Legacy 420, in Tyendinaga Mohawk territory. You see, we lab test every product on site to ensure proper dosage every time, which is critical when consuming cannabis edibles. All Legacy 420 edibles are made by our classically trained baker and chocolatier, and we also have super tasty vegan options.
Our baker has been in the industry for 25 years. She's also a chocolatier. Everything from savory to sweet, your chocolate bars, brownies, butter tarts, you name it, we make it.
Talk to our knowledgeable Cannatex about our incredible variety available. Give your trusted partners a call. Legacy 420 out on your road.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net. All right, you're back with the Pace Radio Show. Hey, and to our YouTube viewers, don't forget to subscribe. That way you know each time a show comes on YouTube. Hey, there's some bell thing there too for you to do. I'm not sure how it all works. I have some stuff that I subscribe to, but every once in a while I hear a bell. I don't know if you have to do it twice. Is there a bell and then notification?
I don't go on YouTube. I always just think crazy people watch YouTube.
Oh. Well, you know, it's when you don't have regular live television, sometimes it allows you to get, let's say you want to know what's going on in the news. You can go to like the CBC YouTube channel and you can get short clips of some of the stuff.
I think they actually broadcast their whole news on YouTube now, especially some of the local channels because of the ban on Facebook.
Yeah, but like their main one, like News Network.
there's a new platform that's out that's called Blue Sky, and that will allow you to post Canadian news on it, and it's fairly similar to X. And a lot of people that I know have left X, including most of the journalists and politicians, and have moved over to Blue Sky. So I made myself a Blue Sky account today, and I left Twitter or whatever as soon as Musk bought it. I was gone.
Right. So before the break, we were talking about the Buzzkill store in Toronto that the OCS put on. Did you know that they did that? Did you know that they? Huh?
I was going to say people actually went in there, but I guess it was just industry people. They probably went in there.
Oh, industry people, yeah. It happened in Alberta as well. They didn't do a store, but they launched a program called Forget Bad Bud, and it was on during October. So, as I mean earlier, I wonder if this is for October with the provinces, sort of got together to do this.
Well, it's funny because in British Columbia, like the microcraft can go straight to the store, right, and sell directly to the store. I don't know. I don't know anything about it, but
So their thing was same thing for Ontario, drawing attention to the difference between legal and illegal stores. Now they also focused on the same things such as quality control, strain selection, as well as education.
Sounds like the same campaign the tobacco companies are on right now.
So they say here, when you buy illegal, this is what the website says, okay? It's a quote from it. When you buy illegal, you can't be sure what you're getting. A website could look like the real deal, but open you up to identity theft and fraud. The same old bud you've bought for years may look legit, but instead come loaded with ingredients that cause a dangerous reaction and potency levels that could result in unwanted effects.
Like feeling good.
Okay, now to go with that, okay, they've released some videos as well. Okay, so I'm gonna put one up. We'll just play it right here on the screen. I don't know. How does
I told you I need 20 more drugs. I gotta roll another one.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna start it up.
We can't keep doing this. I have other options now. And you used to make me feel so calm, but this relationship has become really toxic.
Buying online or from a guy?
It's you.
It's time to say goodbye to illegal cannabis.
Not me.
Get help moving on at forgetbadbud.ca.
Yeah,
there you go.
It's me, not you, bad buddy.
No.
Oh my Christ. That doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even what a waste of time.
Oh, but it keeps going. It doesn't end there.
Oh, I can see like there's multiple videos and websites, and they got 10 web directors, and they probably spent billions of dollars making them stupid commercials. And it's Canada.
Oh, I got it there. Okay, I gotta bring it. Okay, here we go. Okay, now we got another one.
Review on
a relationship can't go on like this. I'm not feeling like myself with you. There are better options out there.
Buying online or from a guy?
It's you.
Time to say goodbye to illegal cannabis.
Yeah, it was the illegal guy, right? You're gonna get the same effect from the legal guy.
So that's from the AGLC. That's what
Alberta.
They've been in Alberta, correct? That's what they've been doing.
Oh my God! Like,
so now,
you know what people are doing, right? They're laughing their guts out. They're saying,
"Oh, I'm sure there's lots of people out there."
And the UCP, unless they go to church, and then people are dressed just right.
Well, I don't know the whole story, but there's that special ointment cream or something there. From my understanding, it was made of cannabis oil, but I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
That's right. They used it for menopause. They still use CBDs for menopause, but that's the Church of
Yeah.
Jesus Christ of Latter-day.
Oh, I was thinking of
Polyamorous and polygamy.
how wasn't there? Okay,
That's all
I was thinking it was an ointment that was used to help heal back in the biblical days. I don't know. I don't
know. There's several.
Hey. So now I see here that the Nova Scotia, NSLC, Nova Scotia, they are coming under attack, and it's not like the other two. This is actually somebody's going at them for the way that they are promoting, the province is promoting cannabis. And here, I'll bring it up. Here, we'll play the video.
The Nova Scotia Liquor Corporation is being criticized for a campaign that touts safer cannabis. A noted psychologist argues it sends the wrong message about pot use. CTV's Jonathan McGuinness has more.
Nova Scotia leads the country when it comes to cannabis consumption. That's a concern for clinical psychologist Simon Sherry, who says the province is promoting the use of THC.
It flies in the face of an extensive research literature that links cannabis up to depression, anxiety, psychosis, impaired concentration, impaired memory.
Sherry takes particular exception with an NSLC ad campaign reminding consumers to use its safe product with other unregulated producers.
It's representing cannabis as a safe and no-risk product, and that simply isn't accurate.
In a statement from a Nova Scotia Liquor Commission spokesperson, the purpose of the campaign is to encourage consumers to make sure they're using cannabis from ads were taken down after conversations with the industry and replaced with new ones.
Oh my
As
God.
a responsible retailer for cannabis in the province, NSLC has a duty to share messages to help consumers understand the risk in making cannabis purchases from the illicit market. Simon Sherry thinks the province has done a good job in reducing the use of tobacco. He'd like to see those applied to the use of cannabis.
I think we need to align our strategy more with cigarettes and less.
You seen enough? There's still another 20 seconds left in it.
Question for any one of them. How many cannabis consumers have they actually spoken to? How much research back into the background of cannabis have they actually done? Old Simon Sherry psychosis. Okay, I know I'm a fucking psycho, but you know what I mean? There's no psychosis here.
I told you would need some more joints after the break.
Oh my God. That guy's so out of tune with what people actually use cannabis for. They're so out of tune with the cannabis user, yet they got commercials up with a guy wearing a fucking suit.
Yeah.
What?
And here, like, just, Nova Scotia's doing the same thing that Alberta and what Ontario was doing, and that was trying to get people to come to the legal store and all that. And he went at them because they were promoting, come to our place, get your THC from us. Now, did you see partway through the video, they went to some of the advertising that Nova Scotia was using. You could see it just come through, and it looked like there was a gerbil or something there, and they said
groundhog or something.
Yeah, this isn't a pig or an elephant or something like that. It had on
just because it looks like a groundhog don't mean it's a groundhog. Like, come on. How stupid do they think people are? That makes it. They think that Canadians aren't intelligent. They were just like bumpkins or something. Like, come on. Maybe there is a bunch of, well, obviously there's a bunch of bumpkins, or they wouldn't have to put the commercials at such a low level.
Yeah, they are pretty low.
Like, good grief. Charlie Brown. Like, come on.
and you know, there's probably people out there that'll agree, you know, with everything that was said. And I'm sure there's some people who might agree with some of the stuff that was said.
You know, the old saying, you just can't change everybody's minds out. Like, holy fuck. Because we ran up against this how many times? Because the stigma and all
Oh,
that,
yeah.
you know, and never mind, depending on where you part of the country you live in, if you're in the southern part of any province in this country, you live in the Bible Belt. And we all live in the southern part of the goddamn country. So it doesn't matter where you go in this part of this country. At southern, there are churches on every fucking corner. Unless it's a church of marijuana. They don't like
Yeah, well, actually, over just kitty corner from me, there is a former church.
There is a
there.
what?
It's been there since the 1800s.
Of course it has, because this country was built on religious. We're running for, you know, they were running for persecution from people who didn't want them there because they just didn't want to be around anybody else's religion. Like, it's just bullshit, all of it.
Yeah, like I said before, I don't get involved in. I don't
Well,
follow.
no, and that church has been there because that's what our country is built on: racism and churches.
No, that's not good. All right. Well, I haven't got any silly articles like that for you now.
Yeah, well, where's all the fun?
Yeah, I ran out of them.
You know, like, Jesus, that was like, oh my God. But again, the whole thing with Israel too, that just kind of slays me. Like, why is everybody so beholden to Israel? Like, even with the cannabis, like, it's like, oh my God, everybody's got to get
Oh,
their.
the cannabis thing, because you know a lot of research has been done in Israel. It has been.
Or is it because
And,
there's so many of their people here living everywhere, and they're just all like everywhere, and it's all
well,
going back to homeland.
they do the research in the universities. The doctors have been from there. I know that they did research with the volcanoes and hospitals there.
What volcanoes there?
A lot of the reports that we studies
Are there
and stuff.
volcanoes in Israel? When?
It was Israel.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Yeah, they're not the U.S. No, they're you know they have it scheduled one that they can't do it.
Oh, I know that. But what's the
Yeah.
scheduling in Israel? Everybody they can do anything they want.
That I don't know. I'm gonna look it up.
I'm pretty sure that it's not.
Well,
Maybe it's
it's for
just for some
medical.
workers.
Yeah, it is for medical, obviously.
Let's check.
Because we sell so much cannabis to there.
Yeah, we do. Why are we
Yeah.
selling them cannabis? Why are we selling them anything?
Because they don't have their own production of cannabis. That's what I'm assuming. It says here, possession, use, and distribution of cannabis without a license is a violation of the dangerous drugs.
Oh, yep, it's dangerous over there. Oh no, it says cannabis use is common throughout Israel. The government passed regulations in recent
Is
years
it?
to decriminalize it for personal use. Israel is one of the first countries to research marijuana health benefits and establish a medical marijuana market. Although recreational marijuana is technically illegal, cannabis use is common throughout Israel, and the government passed regulations in recent years to decriminalize it for personal use. So apparently, yeah, I don't know. It depends, I guess, if you're a foreigner, depending on I don't know. What is Israel's cannabis? Is cannabis legal in this? Can I bring
Well, you
CBD?
know, Mushalem, he's from there. Hebrew University in Jerusalem is where he did it at. Discover the THC.
Starting from January 2020, Israel permits the import of medical cannabis products from nations with regulatory frameworks similar to its own. So that means they can. That's why they're importing our gummies from this cannabis place from here. That's where, yeah, like the licensed producers here told one of their employees to me straight up, they don't sell anything in Canada anymore because of our taxes.
This is taxes. It says here they are currently dedicating 8 million shekels.
Shekels.
Yeah, okay.
They are
Shekels.
shekels. Yeah.
And they're one of 3 countries in the world where cannabis research is sponsored by the government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's sponsored by BB. Then they'll be held to BB. BB is dictator number 1, and they call it I'm not even gonna get into it. It's bullshit. So like,
no.
yeah, but we've got it. They've got a huge
Yeah,
market.
so they've got a history of the medical end of it, and obviously we're not doing it here in Canada, not like we should be. There's these little studies that come out. There was one I was reading about there earlier.
But that's because we only recreationally legalized, right? We didn't legalize. We've got a medical market, legalized market. We have legal paperwork, but it wasn't a legislation through the government. Our medical marijuana was a court order from the court, right? That then they had to meander through some.
And if they didn't have a medical cannabis program,
there wouldn't be any recreational.
It was legal. Actually for like 18 months, cannabis was legal in Canada with no regulations attached to it.
Terry Parker, right?
Yeah.
The summer of free weed.
Because they didn't get him his cannabis stuff in time.
No.
The year came up. So yeah. There was a bunch of charges that were dropped on from people because they were charged during that period.
Yeah, things have changed a lot.
Yeah, it was like 4,000.
Right? Like, I mean, considering, what we've all kind of been through, some of us a little more than others, and here we are sitting on this side of it. But again, like, it's legal, but it's regulated to the max. I mean, not everybody can do it. Not everybody can get in it, in the market.
Like we weren't born yet when alcohol became legal.
No.
So we weren't seeing both sides, but like you said, we're seeing both sides of the cannabis thing because we've marched in the streets, we've worked in the trenches to try to convince people and have people yell things at us. And
I try to explain that to people, like, how did you get involved in politics and stuff? I said it was cannabis.
Yeah.
That's how I got involved with everything, and I didn't really intend to getting involved with politics. But you become an activist and advocate.
They
have no choice.
The governments were lying about cannabis, and it didn't matter which government was in control.
No,
they were lying about cannabis. Because hey, I'm feeling and seeing the benefits, and the people who I'm associated with are the same way. Like,
but if Chrétien was not his way, right, and the Health Canada Act would have actually been passed through when Chrétien was in, cannabis would have been legalized and regulated back in 1977, right? And we would have had dental health, eye care, all that stuff back then. But then fucking Paul Martin came in and squeezed everybody to give us a big deficit change, and he was a liberal too, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Chrétien stepped down, and Paul Martin.
He was a finance minister.
Yeah, so they just kind of put stuff down. Martin got, and I'm a liberal, and I fucking hated Paul Martin. Okay, fucking hated him. Anyways, so there's that. But yeah, that's why Canada fucking never got the Health Care Act. That was not 76; it was 97. Sorry. That's why we didn't get the Health Care Act that we did, because Chrétien had put it into legislation and legalizing of cannabis in 97. And then you remember the Senate report came out in 2000.
Well, yeah, they had the report that came out in the 70s.
Well, that was another one. Then they had the Senate report come out in 2000, right? That was the Ladane report.
Ladane, yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So there was like all that too, but like I said, Chrétien had already announced or had already proposed.
Oh yeah, I'll have a joint in one hand and I'll have my fine money in the other.
That, but they also wanted dental, eye care, and healthcare to be expanded back then, and it was into the health policies for the Liberal Party back then in 97. And it was for eye care, dental, pharmaceutical, like the whole nine that they're getting now. So it took from 97 now to 2004 to have anything come to fruitation. And it was fought against every step of the way by the other side of the aisle.
Yeah, it still is,
right? Les Blocs. Because in the Quebec, they have their own sovereignty different when it comes to insurance, healthcare, and a few other things that they they can't participate with
Oh,
things.
on the cannabis end, you can't even grow your own cannabis there unless you got a medicinal license.
Right? But they can't participate with some of our
And the Supreme Court of Canada agrees with them.
because they have sovereignty.
Well, I look at it as if the
Apparently, or whatever the hell that means.
the Supreme Court of Canada can rule that Quebec can prevent their citizens from growing cannabis, then what prevents any other province from doing it?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely.
Look at Manitoba, right?
Well,
They took a change in government. It took a change in government, and it's still can't grow legally in Manitoba yet.
Because now they've got to roll back the legislation, repeal the legislation, and then it's got to go through a vote, and it's got to go through the same procedures as you do when you put a legislation through.
Yeah, now so it's not. They're talking now 2025 before it'll be
It's not
enacted.
much time for them to read it in the House. Same shit. That's why everything takes so long, because the bureaucratic snail pace that everything goes through. Any law goes through. Well, any bill, C11, C this.
Yeah. It's got to be debated. It's got to go to committee.
Well, it goes to committee first, and it gets debated in the House, and then it gets voted on, and then it goes through fucking another committee, and then it goes through the Senate, right?
Yeah.
And then the Senate's got to do a reading on it, and then they've got to debate it, and it's got to go through a committee, and then they do another reading on it.
And sometimes they study it too, do they not?
Yeah, depending. They get there's always usually 3 readings and 3 votes.
Yeah.
So they have time to investigate, do the debate, blah, 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 blah. The Senate sometimes holds up, and then it goes to a royal assent, and then it's,
then it finally gets signed.
Or not even law, legislation in Canada, because then it can be changed, repealed. It's not the same as the States.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All of a sudden, I felt a cold chill.
Oh, hi, Gail.
Hi.
She says hi.
Oh, you're not feeling good, are you?
She's not very talkative, and it's hard. I don't know if she's got a sore throat, but her voice sounds sore.
Yeah.
Do you have a sore throat?
No, my throat's not sore. It's just my voice.
She's got this no voice.
Yeah,
her throat is fine. She's not. Yeah, it's just
some viral something going on. Hey.
Yeah. So I'm sort of keeping away.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
You got an immune compromised system too.
Oh yeah. Like we have to share the remote. So like when I grab the remote, I usually have something to wipe it with.
Yep.
For the TV. Yeah.
That's being respectful for both of you, because like I said,
yeah.
It's not her fault she's sick, right? But
yeah. And I don't want to pick it up off the remote.
No, and that's as easy as it is. Like it's really, and it's hard because when you're living like with your spouse, like you're supposed to do, you get the couch, honey. Like that's just. I had a couch. My dogs have destroyed my living room to the point that I don't have I've got 2 dirty old couches sitting in the middle of my living room that I need somebody to move out of here. And it's anyway, dogs.
Dog couch, yeah. All right, you got anything else?
Nope. Meet me on Monday.
Okay, so see it. Yeah, Monday. Go ahead. I think I talked already.
I don't. I'm gonna try and get a guest.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the CSP, you're looking for.
We're cleaned out. We're looking for pretty much everything except for flour. Like I've got a fair bit of flour still, thanks to, like I said, a fine friend of mine that's very grateful, and he knows who he is. So we're good on the flour for a bit, probably another week.
I'll let him know.
Yeah, thanks. But again, like I said, I've got the availability of me making caddies, which is great.
Yeah.
But again, with my timeline being so tight that it's really more opportunity if I could get something donated or some cash, so I can buy it. But we are out of mitts, we are out of ladies' socks, we are out of all the toiletries, we are out of, like I said, they cleaned us out.
Yeah.
I have no fresh fruit. I have not we did get a beautiful 40-cup coffee pot that I want to make infused hot chocolate.
Infused chocolate.
Yeah, because I got some tincture still of Daryl's, and because it's sweet, because it's made of a vegetable glycerin, adding that to hot chocolate will not, you know what I mean? It will.
Oh, you use vegetable glycerin?
It
is a sweetener.
It's got sweetness to it, right? And he does that. So
yeah.
It's good. I mean, it works well.
I used to make it myself, so.
Yeah, but people are enjoying it. So I was gonna add some of that to hot chocolate, and then I just got to get a cord that plugs in so I can keep it hot. I'm sure I can buy one of those, somewhere.
Yeah, you probably can. Yeah, you probably can.
And yeah, but like I said, there's a few more people out there now than there was before. And yeah, we have that one guy that kind of took advantage. We're gonna just be mindful of him.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
my one
No,
girl.
you want to help people. You don't want to be,
Yeah.
basically taking. You
No,
don't want to be taken advantage of.
he said something after, and then like even the one guy said, if we could all just get together and evict him off of here, it would be way better because he's stealing stuff from everybody. Like I said, I got a phone call midweek or a text midweek saying that from one of the cancer patients that they had stolen all his RSO, and he asked me if I had given so and so that many, and I said no. Everybody got one. You know what I mean? That I had, and when they were gone, that's it. I said you got two because of your condition, and we had taken them out two from before because there was another package that was sent specifically for him. But this guy was running around with way more than what he was given, and his was stolen, right? And I'm like, okay. So, you know what I mean? So I ended up giving him one extra one that I took, and I only took a few out on the weekend because I need to keep what I've got of that. And then I've got more coming. I also have
everybody can see. I'm assuming everybody can tell who's getting a bag because you can see the bag or the people looking at the stuff.
Bring their own bags now because we don't. Like I said, we're just handing them. Like I've got everything in baggies. So you might have seen on one of my pictures where I had a container. And it had like a whole whack of like little bags of candy and bags of weed and stuff, whatever, right? So in that there were 60 bags of candy and 60 bags of weed. And then I had some RSO like tucked in the side. I think I only took 4 or 5 out there with me. And then I had the cannellini, which is this stuff right here, which is a syrup, right? And it's 1,000 milligrams. And we have a dauber that's got 10 milligrams in it. So we take bottles of water and then we add, and this one hasn't been opened. So I have 4 of them, right? So we've been taking that out with us too, right? To add to it. So they've got that. And then we had some canna butter that was donated that was made into the Cocoa Puff or the cake pops. And then she also made peanut butter and sandwiches again and used the butter on the bread, right?
Right.
So like I said, she's been an amazing help. She doesn't want her picture out there anymore because of her job, and I don't blame her. She's going to continue doing and helping and being there with me.
Yeah, and
I get that.
Even like your donors, not everybody.
Well, no,
people just donate anonymously, and some people
exactly right. And the thing is with her is like it's not even so much like her. It's not her job. It's what she does, and she doesn't want parents to see it because that's the thing. She works at a school, right? So she just doesn't want to deal with that. And I don't
donating an ounce to you, gifting an ounce, I should say.
Yeah,
gifting an ounce is perfectly legal in our country.
Yeah, absolutely. It is absolutely legal. And the thing is, Canada Post even not to mail it in.
Huh?
Like I said, Canada Post even has smell-proof envelopes.
Yeah. Canada Post has the smell-proof bag. I would still.
Money.
No, or the smell-proof bags. Do they go into a box? They don't just label the bag.
No, they label them like that. No, like they're just like a express post.
Oh, okay, it's like a bubble bag.
You buy them off the wall, right? And it says marijuana, and that's the thing. They're all it says marijuana on the outside. Like alerting everybody. What's inside that envelope? Like, no, I think I'll pass on that.
It's going through the system. How many people go by that, looking at that? Like, I know there's, things that are supposed to be safe, and your mail is safe, and blah blah blah. But when you see a package that says marijuana on it,
well, yeah, it doesn't say marijuana. It says smell proof or something like that. Like something.
Well, that tells you what's
right.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you might as well say marijuana on the outside of it.
Well, you're not the first person to say this to me. Others have said it as well as me.
Like, you're just alerting the guy that delivers your mail that hey, and who's gets scooped theft. Like I don't know. I just would prefer that I not have it mailed back.
Yeah, it's better sometimes just to not advertise what's in your package.
Well, here's the thing. Even when I was getting packages from Broken Coast, right? Because when we had the MMPR and I had no choice.
Right. Yeah. So when they mailed you your cannabis, did it have anything on the outside saying where it was from?
Broken Coast. It was a big blue box with Broken Coast cannabis providers on it with a label, and that was it. There was no brown paper on it. There was nothing.
So
It was like a great big box with their
was it
mouth.
was it couriered or was it done through the mailman?
Per later. No, it was
Okay.
per later. No, it was per later.
Okay, so
It
it
wasn't
was a
Canada Post.
courier. Okay, that's why.
No, it was Canada Post.
Oh,
It was
Canada
Canada
Post. So like
Yep.
the mailman would have brought it up to your door.
Yep, he did. And if I wasn't home, he would leave it on the door.
Mm.
But he'd bring it to the
You
back door, knowing there
you
was a
didn't
kid
have to sign for it? You didn't have
No.
to sign for it?
Nope.
Wow, I thought you had to sign for your cannabis.
Uh-uh.
I only ever bought one, so and that was back in the early days.
Yeah,
Like,
no, and
when I first got licensed, so that was like back in 2006, and
yeah,
that's
that
when
was
they came
I
in
was
the envelopes.
when you had to get the Flin Flon Manitoba shit.
Yeah. The mine shaft weed.
Yeah, I got some of that once. It was like, what the
That's
fuck?
how strict it was. Nobody could know where it was, even
Right?
growing cannabis.
And then they were supposed to send me seeds that I never got, that I paid for, that I never got. And then
Oh,
when
the
I
one oh, I know what strain you were getting. You're getting cannabis
garbage.
sativa L.
Oh, I was just thinking it was cave.
That was the strain name that you were buying that they sold.
I thought it was cave crop.
I bought some.
You got cave crop?
I bought some seeds and then I bartered and I got some medicine instead of waiting for the seeds to grow.
The seeds never did show up. I paid for them. They were cheap. They were like
No way.
$6 or something.
Yeah, I can't remember.
$6 each or something. But I was only allowed 39 of them, even though I had a license for 49.
So many, yeah, because each one is considered a gram. Is
I
it?
don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, a gram. I could be
It was
wrong though.
ridiculous. It
All
was
right. Okay. Other than that, okay, CSP, if you got anything you want to help out, Tamara.
But anything, like you said, can email me at tamaralee3@gmail.com, which is my email transfer or you can email, that's my email too if you need to email me and ask me any questions. It's CBK Substitution Program on Facebook now because for some reason they don't like the word cannabis and they were blocking people from joining because apparently we are trafficking drugs. So I had to change some things and some settings and stuff on the page or they were going to take me down. Which I think
Well, your initials sounds like the name of your city, of your town.
it is. And that's why I put it like that because then it just kind of, it just changes things up and it takes the word out.
Correct.
It's almost to the point that I might have to change the picture because they're getting pretty sticky even on TikTok. I don't know why Facebook's all of a sudden getting all sensitive about weed, but apparently they are.
Yeah. I saw you guys suspended.
When I first started in 2007 too, they took my Southern Alberta cannabis page and just got rid of it. It was gone. And without any warning, now they're just warning you. They're saying you got, this many strikes, and if you keep striking, we're gonna block you, ban you. I got a couple of those on TikTok.
They take down my news articles every once in a while.
That's why you can go on Blue Sky because they don't care about cannabis.
Oh well, I know of places where I can go that get by the issue. If you go to Psychedelics and Cannabis Educational News, you'll see that I have news that I post there throughout the week. Yeah. It's just you got to stay away from the big mainstream stuff, right?
Well, it's funny because I went to post something from Al Jazeera on my page, thinking it was just Al Jazeera blocking, and they blocked that too.
Yeah, well, for example, Marijuana Moment. That's a website with all kinds of marijuana, cannabis news on it. All right, psychedelic news is there, but Facebook doesn't recognize it as a news source under the argument that they're having with our country. And it goes up. The same with StratCan. It's where I get news from. It goes up there. I share that all the time.
Well, there's a new few, infiltration news outlets that are using CBC as, their headline, and it's totally wrong. And they're, had posted that Justin Trudeau has been killed, all these things, and it's India because India's pissed off at Justin Trudeau.
Oh yeah, I know they are.
Right? Apparently, they're allowing terrorists to live here. So,
all righty. Well, on the cannabis front, I think we're done. And
I need more so I don't kill someone.
You need more doobies. Yeah. Okay. All right. Email address again?
tamaralee3@gmail.com. And like I said, if you're local, you can pop into the store. You'll know if you know where I am, and
Mhm.
I'll take that there. Also, like I said, we need ladies mitts. We got toques still from Dakota, they're beautiful handmade toques. We didn't give up
And you can find you or the group
on Facebook. Yeah.
on Facebook. All right.
Yep.
All right. Other than that, you can find us on Facebook, Pace Radio Network, YouTube too. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Other than that, go to our sponsors, legacy420.com, the Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, Limestone City Hydroponics.ca, as well as At-Eze.ca. Plus, big thank you to everybody for tuning into the broadcast. Thank you, and let's share PACE everywhere. That way it can help create peace. People everywhere advocating cannabis education. You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.